Hello and welcome to episode 27 of ghostgalknitspodcas. I'm Ghost, also known as Sarah. So I started recording the last one and like 10 seconds in, it's like no audio. I stopped the... anyways, I am hoping audio is coming through. I will be rewatching this before I even post it, so I will know. But if it does not, I will have to re-record, which is fine. I have my notes. I might not get the rants right. So, and without further ado, go get a drink. Get a snack. We're gonna be here a minute. I got a doozy of a podcast set. We've got some new yarn. We have new yarns, rant, projects that are going into summer storage. Works in progress, finished objects, which I will actually be doing first, and finished works in progress, because that's how stuff was set up. Um, I've already started picking out projects for next year. And then I got a couple other things. So, that's just a basic overview. Let's get into it. So, I have started collecting the yarn for my rainbow blanket. And here's part of it. The problem is I can only get this yarn at Joann's, so I'm usually... So, I've added a white yarn to the mix to go between each row of colored. I have, I think, just 2 more colors I need to get. And then this blanket will be ready to be started. I'm gonna get them when they go on sale again. Because, yeah. Next on the list, and also I got my hot cocoa. Okay. Okay. Okay, so couple weeks, about last week, about this time, I wanted to make a sock. So I found an awesome sock pattern from Yarn Inspiration that was beginner friendly. And so I went in. They had 2 socks that were beginner friendly. One said family, one said adult. Each one. The lady sizes only went up to size 8. I'm a size 10 foot. If I was going to make socks with those patterns, I'd only be able to make them for mom. Because the men's size, I think, went up to 11, and dad's bigger than an 11. So that had... I'm like, are you kidding me? Because I do have the yarn it calls for. One ball I have to get around to getting the other ball. Which I think I got at Joann's. So I will need to find that yarn or just order it right off this website. But the fact that I go in and they only offer 4 sizes. It's like, are you kidding me? Why the heck do you only offer 4 sizes? And only one person in the house can wear them. It's like, let's just say I am still really mad about that. I do want to eventually make socks. I also was looking into a sock ruler, which would work fine for me and mom, but it would most likely be a little too small for dad. So there's a lot of stuff batting against my dad, because he has a size 13 foot? 13, 14, depending on brand, I think. Triple E, so custom socks are, yeah. So that's how that was happening. I mean, I could learn how to do the sock and then learn how to add and subtract measurements. I mean, I'm pretty sure you just keep adding until you get to the length you want for the heel, and then you do the heel and keep going up. But the fact that I don't have a stitch count for how many stitches I have to start with it's a little irking. It's just like, why can you not make a simple pattern that includes all sizes, regardless of it's men or women's? It just should include all sizes. Because I do know some will overlap, being that a woman's 10 is a men's 8. So I do know that, but it's like, just so irking. But if I ever find a good sock pattern, you guys will know. Believe me. Next on the list. So I have started putting projects away in the only bag I have available, which is my biggest bag. So as you can tell, I put away Cake a Day and Rough as Heck. Well, one is Rough as Heck. I'm barely working. This one, I really gotta be in a mindset for that one. But for this one, bag for the bag a day for the Cake a Day. The only reason I'm putting it away is because it's just too warm to work on it. I need 40-degree days to work on that one, and we're not getting those again till, heck, even a cool night would work. So that's been put away till further notice. It will make its return this fall, hopefully, if I remember. Okay. So I'm kind of flip-flopping things here a little bit because I had works in progress and finished objects on my notes, but I'm going to flip-flop them due to the fact that I only have 3 finished objects and a ton of new. I also have new works in progress, which I will try to show first before old works in progress that you guys have seen for weeks on end. One of them is getting closer to done. So, okay. So, first finished object, you might be noticing there's 2 panels. I did finally complete my second panel of my mom's blanket. I still have 2 more panels to go, so I'm halfway done. I have not casted on the next panel because I've been so busy working on Ginger Ale's blanket that that's all I've been kind of working on, because I know I don't have that many more days I can work on it before I have to put it away till next fall. So that's just how that goes. Second object is my shawl. This is absolutely beautiful. I love it. It is just the right size for me. I haven't washed it yet, but I have been wearing it. Just draping it over my shoulders when it's just a little too chilly in my room to be even. So, but it is getting wear. It is starting to stretch out. So, it is starting to stretch out, as you can see, because last time I showed it, it was all bunched together. But with the wear, it is starting to stretch out. So, that's good. Once I wash it, it'll probably want to hang it. I'll probably just hang it to dry because I don't have blocking mats yet. I'm getting around to getting them. I am getting a blocking board, but I'll talk more about that in a bit. And there's some yarn coming with that if they ever ship it out and charge my account. So when I I will just hang this to dry over. I might need to get myself some clothespins to keep this thing on a hanger, but I'm loving that. And once the fall times comes, you will see me wearing that occasionally while podcasting, depending how cool my room is and how stubborn I am to switch over to a long sleeve. Because I'm actually still in pajamas, but sometimes that's a well-known fact already. So, okay, that was finished objects. So we're going to start with the stuff I have on my bed. So we're going to start with berry pooling, now stripes. So this has been just sitting next to my bed on my shelf. I work it at night sometimes when I just want to, when I still want to work yarn, but I don't want anything too complicated, or that it's going to be like, why am I doing this in bed? It's only... So, this is, as you can tell, it is grown quite a bit. I finally got, so this is no longer kind of stuffed in here. It looks like because I'm holding it in, but it's now free moving, which is awesome. And with it free moving, I'm having a much easier time pulling out of the ball without the ball flipping up on me or doing a loop-de-loops. You'd be amazed what these balls will do when they're in a yarn bowl. You'd be amazed. So that's been sitting next to my bed. I haven't worked on it much the past couple of days just because I really haven't felt like it, because I've been crocheting like crazy on Ginger's blanket. And that, when we get there, we will get there. Next on the list is mums. So this has been, so I basically got this rescued. This ball of yarn had gone underneath my computer stool. Yeah, so that was a rescue. So this is, so this has grown. As you can tell, it's starting to curl on itself. Not a fan of that, but it happens. I was hoping it wasn't going to curl on itself, but it did. Mom said she likes it like that, so I'll leave it for now. So I haven't worked on this because it's been stuffed in the bin back there. Because I keep forgetting to dig stuff out. Again, I've been primarily working on Ginger's blanket. Because right now, I'm in another race against the warm weather. So, I started a new project the other night because I saw it on a channel and I was like, I want one. So, I went into Yarn Stash and found some yarn. Some of this yarn I actually stole from another project that's not really going too quickly, so I'm not like, and I can eat, this is the yarn easily obtained, so no issues there. But this is what I have so far. This is the bottom of a basket. I had to do 25 rows of single crochet, and this is, it's stiff. It is stiff. It's stiff. And it will get more stiff. Because it's like, you put it in the, and it kind of just stays. So, it's nice and stiff. So this is a single crochet and a double crochet basket. The double crochet is the sides. As I get closer to that point, I will show you that. So the colors I'm using is Scuba, which you guys have seen this in that canvasy, that project bag, the one that's kind of sticking out of the corner. It looks like a canvas. That's my mom's herringbone shawl. That hasn't had much progress on it because doing the herringbone stitch, I can only do one row at a time. So, yeah. And then I'm using 2 balls of let's just call it gray gradient because I am not pronouncing anthracite. Gray gradient, anthracite. We'll go with gray gradient. It's just easier for me to pronounce. So I'm using 2 balls of this for 3 total balls of yarn. Oh, there's a knot forming. That'll be fun. So, next is I have started momshaw. I actually started that before I finished mine. So, on this, I did not realize my balls had 2 different centers. This one had this light, camera's not doing it justice, it had this really nice teal color. Believe me, the camera is not doing it justice. It is not that blue. It's more of a teal emerald. And this one had a dark center. Well, if you're wondering why I didn't pick the dark center, is because this one goes from dark blue, light blue to pink. It only had 3 color changes. But there was a lot of dark blue. And I want to save that for when I get on to... And plus, I think... Yes. And plus, on this cake, dark blue is our next center. Is our end. So when I tie onto this, they will match. Hopefully. Okay. So this is what I have so far on Mom's. Oh yeah. I'm using mandala. Don't mind, I accidentally pulled from the bottom. Oh well. Yeah. So, like I said, this one has a dark blue in that. So that'll work out perfectly. And this is in peacock. She picked out these colors. I basically showed her the website and told her, pick out one color you will like. So, that's what I did. So, this is what I have. Again, I'm not really working on my projects like I should be because I'm trying to get Ginger's blanket done. I had already lost, I want to say at least a week so far in hot weather and ADHD reasons. So, next on the list is, and sorry for the lovely Velcro, again, another one of those, the sheet sets I buy come in a fabric bag that match the sheets. I'm not throwing it away. I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to reuse it. But that's just me. So next is Dad's blanket. So this is on a 4mm hook. This is how it's turning out. It's small. The holes are small enough that he will not stick his toes through them and I won't get complaints. So with my dad's blanket, I'm doing it in 2 squares. Okay. It's going to be done in 2 squares, 2 4x4 squares, and then I'm going to single crochet them together to fasten them rather than slip stitch or baste them together with whip stitches. I'm going to single crochet them because it will be a little sturdier. And I do have another ball of this, and this is a very easily obtained yarn. So this is just using Burnett Softy Baby in, this is Gray Marl. Don't tell Dad, that's a baby yarn. That's super soft. Because my dad wants a 4-foot by 8-foot blanket, so I had to do it in 2 4x4 squares, which should get fun. But right now, my goal is, I'm not working on it again, I'm just going to heck on Ginger's blanket. I'll probably work on this the next warm day, is to get this to a foot so I can figure out how many rows are in a foot. Not stitches, rows. Because row count does not change. Yardage count changes. Don't get me going on yardage. I am still on this blanket. I am still mad with it. That I got royally screwed over because I didn't check because I didn't compare yardages. I'm still mad. If I had known that, I would have just taken the ball of Belladonna to Michael's and done the see if I could find something similar. So I'm still mad as AF with that. Okay. Berry pulling showed. New basket showed. Momshaw showed. That's blanket showed. Face warmer. Okay. This is not a mask. Well, it is, but... So, this is a face warmer I'm making. This is just a prototype to see, will it be valuable to put in production? Or not? There we go, because like this. Nope. Nope, that's the... Okay. So, would it be worth it or not? And also to find out if it would be worth it in the middle of a friggin' snowstorm when I'm out shoveling. Probably would be. But I'd have to make a few because once that got wet, it's useless. So, but I'll have more detail on that definitely next podcast when I actually get around to finishing it. I just haven't done that yet because, again, I started some new projects. I'm trying to get a project done. So, last project to show is dun-dun-dun, Ginger's blanket. Yes, this thing is friggin' huge. I'm well aware. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Okay. Don't mind the ends galore. I started weaving them in. I am on the last color at last before the border. I have the border color picked out, so that's no problem. I have plenty of it. It's a leftover from another project, so I got plenty of it. So, last night, I got to my goal, which was get to this color today, for today. So, basically, I did the rest of this on stream last night and listened to a book. So, yep. And I'm liking this length better So originally I was going to stop at this last green bit here, but I did not like the length, because on me, I'm probably a taller person than Ginger is, and I just didn't like the length. So I was off to the yarn store. When was it? Not yesterday. No, I was off to the yarn store Monday, because Michael's has reopened. Thank the Lord. Because, yeah, some of the yarns I use, I cannot get at Joann's due to their Michael's brand. So, Michael's was reopened, so I zooped down there, grabbed my 2 yarns I needed, because I know they always have them in stock. Joann's can be 50-50 on if it's in stock or not. So, got those, and then came back home, just kept going. Okay, so next is projects for next winter. And I'm dividing winter as January, for me. So that gives me up till the end of December to finish everything I have going now, and anything planned, maybe. So for next year, so far, I have 2 cardigans planned, a poncho. Yes, I'm starting to venture into garments. I found some really easy, projects. The poncho is literally just half double crochet the whole way, and then you just seam it up this back and add a decorative button, and you call it good. The 2 cardigans, they're going to be a little more involved, but they're basically going to be, so everything I'm doing next year in terms of garments are rectangles, because that's what I am comfortable doing right now. And once I get that, I can venture into more things. There is another poncho I do want to do, but I really need to find me a 7mm inline hook, but all I can find is a 7mm taper hook from Clover. And it's plastic. I mean, my tension's not tight or anything, but it'll be lighter than I'm used to, so that should get interesting. So, I also am planning on doing a temperature blanket next year, so I will start buying the yarn for that soon. Actually, I think I'll just order it all in at once from Hirschner's if they have it. I think they do. If not, I'll get it from Lions brand. Or I might just change out yarns altogether and go for a chunky. I'm still debating whether or not to go for a chunky yarn, because I have a pattern already that tells me how many stitches you need for a chunky yarn, throw, and I literally would just be following that pattern. Or if I should just go for or if I should just do Rainford, give me a second. Or if I should just do 4-weight yarn. So that's back and forth I'm going right now. So yeah. I also have my mom's blanket planned for next winter, because that's a queen size. And if you think that's going to take a couple of months, guaranteed. That'll probably take me about 3 months to do. I also have another blanket planned. I'm working on getting the yarn. I have some of it, so I could start it. But I have other things planned first that need to get done in yarn already for the other things. So I have a black and purple blanket. I'm going to probably get going here soon, just so I can get that going. I'm going to do that on a 5.5 millimeter. I'm going to go until I'm out of, I think, black. If not, we'll literally just pick up another skein of black, because black yarn, always good to have on hand. Believe me. So, and also, another thing I was wondering, would you guys like a question and answer session or video? If you would, just leave it down in the comments and we will do some basic question and answers. So, I think that's about everything. Per normal, I'm starting to stuff up. Please don't ask why. It can be the middle of winter and I'll do a podcast and I'm stuffed up by the end. I don't get it. So, and this will be going up at noon per normal. So until next time, I will see you guys later. Until then, happy crafting and have a good life.